these are the Dutch Iris. We have 50 bulbs of these. I'm not sure how they will turn out, but I needed something that had a long stem. These stems grow 18 to 24 inches tall, and they're supposed to be good sturdy stems, so these will be great for spring bouquets come very, very early on in the spring season. They'll start coming up. I'm going to plant these a little bit later. I know it says to plant them, plant them about 6 weeks before your first frost date is expected to happen. But I'm going to plant these a little bit later because on the package it says they bloom late spring, and I want to try to force these to bloom at a different time than when they are supposed to bloom. So it'll be a little project and we'll see how that works. But we have 50 bulbs of the Dutch Iris. Okay, so moving on to the daffodils. So these are the daffodil bulbs, and I will open this up and show you what one of them looks like. If you've never seen a daffodil bulb, these bulbs are huge, but they're beautiful. They're beautiful, beautiful bulbs. So you can see that. They're really pretty bulbs. So these are daffodils. And of course, you know, daffodils spread like crazy. So we're going to give them their own bed to grow in so that they will have plenty of room to spread out and make as many daffodils as they want to make. And that's great because these are really good flowers for cut flowers, and they are critter and deer resistant as well, but we will protect them. These are, let's see, the variety of this daffodil is King Alfred type. You can see right there. So in these we have 60 bulbs of the daffodils. Now the reason that we didn't buy more bulbs than that for the daffodils is because they're going to multiply like crazy. You know, you see them everywhere, and so these we just did enough to get us a start on our farm, and hopefully they will come up, and you know, they'll like our soil, and they'll do well here. So it says that they bloom in mid-spring, and they get 14 to 20 inches tall, and they're perfect for a cut flower, which is great because that's what we're doing, is selling flowers and or flower bouquets, and this is going to be great to have with our spring flowers to sell at the market. Okay, so we have two bags of those, which total 60. And then we have our tulips. So these are from Beautiful Blooms. This is a Tulip Darwin hybrid mix. So we have that. It's the hybrid mix. And of these we have 1, 2, 3. We have 4 bags of 30 tulips for this, and they are all these are all the same, the hybrid mix, Darwin hybrid mix. So it's got all colors. But what I found out when we got these is they are shades of red and orange and yellow, and you know, there's a couple that look like they may be pink, but mostly it's red and yellow and orange. So what I wanted to do is get some more tulips that were in the pink family. So we have this, it's 30 tulip bulbs, and these are called Pride Mix, Tulip Pride Mix. And they're all shades of pink. They're so beautiful. They're just like pinks and purples. They're so beautiful. So I am going to be picking up 100 more tulips. I saw them at Walmart. I saw them at Walmart when I was there the other day, and I was thinking that maybe I might get some more tulips, but then I was thinking, well, maybe we have enough. You know, we're still trying to build our customer base, so maybe this will be enough. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 4. We have 5 packs of 30. So we've got 150. We've got 150 tulip bulbs altogether. So I'm thinking that I might double that and get us up to 250 or 300. I might double it actually and get us up to at least 300 bulbs, and then see how those sell. But these flowers that I'm planting over winter are for Mother's Day, the Mother's Day weekend market. That's exactly what we bought all these bulbs for. Is to have beautiful flowers for bouquets for Mother's Day. So hopefully this is all going to work out, and that, you know, they'll all come up and they'll be beautiful, and I can get some pictures in the field and show you guys what they're looking like as they grow. We did buy 3, these are 4-pound bags, but we did buy 3 4-pound bags of organic bone meal to put for the tulips, or to plant with the tulips. We have really slow draining soil here, and so it is sand and clay, and it's just, we've done a lot of work to the soil. So what we're going to do is I have a mixture of soil that I'm going to be putting in the trench where the tulips are going to be planted. But we'll dig out the area where the tulips are going to be planted, and then we bought some crushed mountain stone pebbles, or crushed mountain stone rock, and those rocks are going to go on the bottom of the trench. And the reason that you do that is because you don't want the tulips to sit directly in the dirt with their roots on the dirt if the ground doesn't drain well. And because we have clay soil, it doesn't drain well. And so building that up, you know, digging out the trench, putting down some pebbles, and then putting down some dirt, and then planting the tulip bulbs will help them to not be sitting in wet soil. You know, it's not going to keep them out of the wet soil, but it's going to help them not sit all the way down on the ground where the soil is, you know, wet for days and sometimes a couple weeks after it's come a good rain. So we are going to build that up. And we're going to use the bone meal. We're going to use this bone meal. It says you use 1 to 2 pounds of bone meal, you know, per shrub or bush or tree. So we're just going to have to do some research and find out what the exact usage is for this when you're planting tulips, because, you know, I know that we want to make sure that the nitrogen level don't go high. So this is only 4% nitrogen. So I know that we want to finish up our research. I knew that we wanted to use this bone meal for the tulips and the daffodils, but you know, we've got to get them planted, see how big the plot is going to be, where they're going to be planted, and then figure out this amount of what we have to do for that, to put that in. But in our other gardens where we have 6 gardens, and 2 of them were veggie gardens. Well, we found out that tomatoes and corn do not do well in the garden where they were planted. The water just doesn't drain well enough for that, so we're going to have to plant them somewhere else. So we also, in this order that we got, our crimson clover came in. So crimson clover is a cover crop, and you can plant it in the winter. You can plant it in the fall for, you know, you can plant it in the fall for it to grow during the winter. Now I've heard that the red clover, you know, it doesn't stay red, you know, for the whole fall and winter season. That's okay. It's still amending the soil. So we're going to use this in the garden where the vegetables were grown last year in last summer, and then we're going to prepare a new bed for vegetables and fruits for spring 2023. So we're going to plant this, and in the areas or in the gardens where the gardens are going to be empty. Some of the we're still using several of the gardens out there, so at least 2 of them or 3 will get this cover crop, and then we'll see how that does. I am gonna, after this has grown all fall and winter, I'm going to take another soil sample back to UGA. That's what we did when we first moved here, before we did anything over on that area where the garden is. It used to be tons of trees over there, and we hired a guy from the forestry department to come and tear everything that was in that field down so we could plant a garden. But we didn't do that until we took a soil sample to see, you know, what exactly are we going to have to get this soil ready so that, you know, crops can grow in it and thrive and produce food for us. So I do want to do that again after this has grown for fall and winter, and see where we stand on it then, because as of right now we're still having to put things in our soil, and I'm hoping that after a couple of years of gardening over there and having all of these gardens and putting stuff in the soil and growing things, you know, this growing season that just ended, and our fall crops, and then growing in the spring, I'm hoping that our soil is going to be much richer and much more nutrient dense than what it was when we very first started our garden back in the spring of 2022, which is this year. So anyway, so we have that, and then our garlic, we got our garlic. They are all, we got them all busted up and separated. These cloves are ready to go in the ground. We're working on that part of the garden this weekend. We have some of the kids here that are over there working in the garden, moving some things around and cleaning up and getting things ready. And then I'm going to get my snapdragons in the greenhouse growing in their trays. I'm going to plant cabbage. This cabbage is from the Dollar Tree and it grows great. So I'm going to get the cabbage in. Carrots, I have carrots from the Dollar Tree, and I also have carrots from Burpee, and I'm going to use both of these and just see what the difference is, or if there's a difference or whatever. A lot of times people say, you know, organic, you got to buy organic seeds and organic this, and you can't buy seeds at the Dollar Tree because they're cheap and they don't work or whatever. Well, sometimes they may not work, but if you're just starting out in a garden, or if you only have a limited amount of space and you don't have the space to you know, do a test to see a side-by-side comparison of the Burpee seeds or Johnny seeds or whatever have you, and a Dollar Tree seed, if you don't have the space for that, and honestly you have the money to buy the 4 for $1 packs of seeds, buy them. They all produce food. So you don't have to be pressured into, well, those seeds aren't name brand seeds and they're not organic, so they're probably not going to work, so I'm just not going to do it. I would encourage you to buy the seeds, no matter that they're 4 for $1, and plant them and see if it works. What are you out? $0.25. So I encourage you to buy whatever seeds you can afford to buy and plant them and watch and see what happens, and you might be surprised that those 4 for $1 seeds work just as well as this Burpee pack of seed that cost $1.99. So anyway, and then our onions came yesterday, which I am super excited about. This is we ordered this off Amazon, but it's Homegrown Garden. It's called Homegrown Garden. They are a small business. It's a farm. It says that Homegrown is a small family-owned company with a love for garden. From our backyard, we have cultivated our passion for growing and gardening and love for fresh produce. So these are non-GMO heirloom seeds in every pack. We got the 8-pack of seeds, and I'll tell you what's in them. I was really excited. I've looked for Walla Walla onions to plant and had a hard time finding those. I think I started looking too late for the onions, and you know, wound up struggling to find the onion varieties that I wanted to grow. And so I can show you what we got. This is an onion. This onion here is called Eclipse. This is Eclipse. We have a yellow sweet Spanish onion, which is, like they say, a yellow onion. Barletta onion is a white onion. This is Tokyo long white onions. Tokyo Long White. This one is Walla Walla. That's the one that I was trying to find that I was having trouble finding. But the Walla Walla onions mostly are grown up north in a colder climate. But these are much sweeter than a Vidalia onion, and they're not as strong. And I so want to try them here and see if I can get these to work in our climate in Zone 7. And if they work next year, I'm going to buy a ton of them. And then we have the red burgundy heirloom seeds. They're all heirloom seeds, but this one's red burgundy. This one's white grano. And this one is white, whoops. This one is white Spanish. It's a white Spanish variety. But this seed package, you can tell they're like, for size comparison, the seed packets are tiny. They're tiny, tiny. But it comes from a you know, small business, a family owned and operated business. It also comes with these little markers to put in your garden. But this is a total, this bag of seed, this is a total of 1,600 onion seeds. There's 1,600 of them. And so they come in this little nifty Ziploc package. And I ordered them off Amazon. I'll link them down there so you can see if you're interested in buying from a small business. I like to buy from small businesses because I know what it's like to be a small business and be trying to make it. So anyway, they come in that, and I ordered them on Amazon. And this pack of seeds, like I said, it's 1,600 seeds. They're made in the USA. They're non-GMO. And this 1,600 pack of variety of seeds cost me $13. So that is amazing. So anyway, that's just some of the stuff. My car is loaded down with soil, bags of soil that I need to make my mix for the tulips and the daffodils, and several bags of rock, and I have a whole bunch of canning jars out there that I need to bring in that I'm trying to get geared up for the, you know, canning season next year. I don't want to go through another season where I'm hunting for jars again, because jars were quite hard to find at the beginning of 2022. So I'm going to make sure that we're stocked up on jars before canning season happens again. But thank you for spending time with me and seeing what we have that we're excited about to be able to offer to customers that come to the farmers markets for Mother's Day, for, you know, in the spring. And if you like this video or found it helpful, hit the like button and subscribe to our channel, and you'll be notified when a new video comes out. And we have new videos hitting every Tuesday, and we are working toward having videos come out twice a week, and then once a month we are going to start doing live videos. But yeah, like and subscribe, and you'll be notified when another video is coming out, or if there's a random video that comes out in the meantime. So thank you.